When I say my people, I'm talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are destroyed people. You understand? We are destroyed in this earth. But there's a reason why we're destroyed in this earth today. There's a reason why we're in the condition that we're in today. That's right. And part of that reason is that your true history, your true identity has been hidden from you and as well from most of the earth.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and has prevailed.
So this is when a man named Jacob was renamed. He wrestled with the angel. And because of his perseverance, the Most High blessed him. You understand? And his name, which was Jacob, was changed to Israel. That's right. YAHANNA in the Hebrew, which means the brother's going to tell you in the same verse exactly what that name means. Read it again.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob.
Your name ain't Jacob no more. Read.
But Israel, for as a prince.
For as a prince, read.
Hast thou power with God.
Hast thou power with God.
And with men.
And with men.
That's right.
So the name Israel or Yashra'Allah in the Hebrew means the prince of the power, or it could be translated into the sons or the children of God. That is what the name Israel means. And that's you, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man.
That's right.
The world is hiding this truth from you. You are the prince of the power, the children of God. You understand? You are destined to rule the earth under Yahweh Shai Mashiach, whom the world calls Jesus Christ.
Right.
You understand? A black man. Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Black man, Hispanic man, they pulled the wall over our eyes. They have deceived us on a level that most of us can't comprehend until they come into the truth and hear the truth. And then you will be able to stand against all the lies in the earth.
Right.
You understand? Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
The Lord says thou art an holy people. Right. So let me tell you something. The word holy simply means set apart, separate, and special.
That's right.
It's not a mystery word like in Christianity. Christianity never tells you what the word really means. They make you think it's some kind of hocus-pocus position in life. But it is not. The word holy simply means separate, set apart. Right. So the Most High God said that we are holy people, set apart, special people. Right. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God, to the Most High. Not these damn heathens, but to the Most High. We are special, set apart people.
That's right.
Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to...
The Lord thy God has chosen us. He has chosen you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. He chose you. He chose you.
That's right.
Read.
To be a special people unto himself.
To be a special people unto himself. That's what he did. That's what he said. He chose you to be a special people unto himself. Read.
Above all people.
Above. What does above mean? Above is higher.
Right.
Above is better. Above is greater. Above, read.
That are upon the face of the earth.
All the people, all the other nations that are upon the face of the earth. You're above all the other nations. You're better than all the nations.
Damn right.
But you're in the condition that you're in right now, you would hardly believe it. You understand? But there's a reason why you're in this condition. You understand? Give me Deuteronomy 14 and 2. You understand? There's a reason why we're in this condition. It ain't no accident. It ain't because we're less than anybody or anybody's better than us. Look at the earth. Look at anything that you want to look at in the earth. And anything that we're allowed to participate in, we house that shit.
Right.
We take it. We're better at it than anybody else. You name me a topic. Anything in the earth. that we are allowed to participate in that we are not the best at? You tell me. Don't tell me science, invention, none of that, because we're the greatest at that. You understand? But the earth hides it from you. Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 2. For thou art an holy people.
Here's it again. Take your time. For thou art an holy people, a separate people. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. Read.
And the Lord hath chosen thee.
The Lord has chosen thee. This is almost the same verse at another location. Read.
To be a peculiar people.
To be a peculiar people. Now what does the word peculiar mean? It means special.
Right.
You understand? It means a special thing about you. You're different. You're special. You understand? You're a special people. And you are in the earth. Read.
Unto himself.
Unto himself.
Above all the nations that are upon the earth.
That are upon, you're better or above all the nations that are upon the earth.
That's right.
And they don't want you to know this. They want you to think that you're a nigger in a spick.
Right.
In a savage.
Right.
You understand? So that they can hide all of the wickedness that they've done. You understand? To our people. And to make you think that you're less than. But we are telling you right now, by the word of the Most High God, before the whole earth, that you are the greatest people that ever set foot on the earth.
That's right.
None. In that position, we shall reclaim it. By Hashem Yahweh. You understand? Give me Jeremiah 14:2, because the world has fooled us in not knowing who we were. We're the only people on the earth that don't know our history, our true history. We're the only people that don't know who we are, our culture. So we're kicked around and stepped upon and pissed upon.
Right.
You understand? And lied to. And they tell us we're Africans. We ain't no damn Africans. We're God's chosen people, and we can prove it.
Damn right.
You got that? Read. Now we'll have some tonight.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah mourneth. That the word Judah is where the word Jew comes from.
That's right.
Judah is in mourning. Judah mourneth. They're in mourning. They're in a sad condition. They need help. They're mourning. They need help. Read.
In the gates thereof, language.
In the gates thereof, language. You see this gate right here? They put this gate here to keep people out and to keep people in. So the gates in this verse represents our leadership. And anybody that's been alive in America for more than 20 years know that so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Indians have horrible leadership.
Right.
So when it says that the gates thereof languish, when something language is in disrepair, it's broken down. It's not capable of doing the job that it was built to do. So the leadership of Israel, you understand, is broken down because we're following after the Christian pastor. We're following after celebrities and people that sing songs and make jokes, when you should be listening to and following the priests and prophets of the Lord.
Right.
That's the only way for us to be right.
That's right.
And the only priests and prophets of the Lord are in the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
Under Commandant General YAHANNA. Any other organization or group is a fake religion, made up doctrine.
That's right.
That they borrowed from us. You understand? We're the original, 1969.
That's right.
So every time somebody wants to make a group or wants to be the leader, they break off from one group and start another group.
Right.
And teach something different to make it seem like they're special. You know what they're special at? Being damn liars.
That's right.
They're goddamn liars. That's
right.
what they are, Salaki. You got that? Read. Go ahead and continue to read.
They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. They are black unto the ground. In the Hebrew, that word means like the earth, meaning several different shades of brown.
Right.
The Jews are black people, melanated people.
That's right.
You understand? And that's us, black Hispanics and Native Indians, so-called. That's the names that were given to us after we were conquered and brought over here in slavery.
I.S.U.P.K.
And the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
The cry of Jerusalem has gone up. You're Jerusalem.
Right.
You understand? Your cries are going up to the Most High God. But what they've done is they deceived you into believing or knowing who the Most High God is. You understand what I'm saying? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
Meaning God's people come from that bloodline singularly, exclusively. You understand? That's you, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. You are God's chosen people. And it's so important for us to know who we are. You understand? There's three things that we really need to know. You understand? We need to know who our God is. You understand? We need to know who our King is.
Right.
And we need to know who the hell we are.
That's right.
You understand? And once we know those things, we can proceed to come back to the Lord. You understand? To come back to the Lord and get the strength and the power that we need, you understand, to be Yasha Allah, the Prince of the Power.
That's
you
right.
understand? You are a mighty people. In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we will not rest until you know the truth. We will not rest until the truth is known throughout the earth.
Right.
You understand? Is that it on that? Now, we're going to get some more identity markers. Give me Baruch 3, get the Apocrypha, 3 and 9. We're going to start with 3 and 9. Baruch 3 and 9, because I want our people to be able to understand certain things.
Right.
You understand? Oh, you're God's chosen people. How are you in this condition? How is it that you're God's chosen people and you're in this condition?
Right.
So the Bible asks the same question. The Bible asks the same question, and we're going to get it. And then we're going to get the answer. Why we in the condition that we in. You understand? You got it? Start at verse 9.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 9. Hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom.
Hear the commandments of life. Give ear to understanding. So what that means is he's about to tell you something heavy. He's about to hit you with something heavy, right? Read.
Verse 10.
Thanks a lot.
How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land?
How happeneth it? How did it happen?
Right.
How did it come about, Israel, that you're in your enemy's land? How did it happen? How happeneth it, Israel, that you are in your enemy's land? So let's get it. Read.
That thou art waxen old in a strange country.
That you're waxing old in a strange country. You know what that means? That means when you grow old, you suffer.
Right.
You suffer the afflictions of oppression, of heart disease, diabetes, because of the food that they feed you. We #1 in almost every disease category in America because we're not supposed to eat these foods that they're giving us to eat.
Right.
We're supposed to believe and listen to what God tells us to eat. You understand? Read on.
That thou art defiled with the dead.
It says that thou art defiled with the dead. What that means, to be defiled, is to be made filthy, to made dirty. And that's what the nations have done to us.
Right.
They brought us over here on cargo slave ship, stripped us of our identity, and made us the laughing stock of the earth.
That's right.
You understand? They made our women the symbol of whoredom around the earth. And I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General YAHANNA, we ain't standing for that.
That's
We're
right.
standing against all that.
Right.
You understand? We are a great people. Our women are the best women on the earth. They just don't know it.
Right.
They've been taught to be whores. They've been taught to be whores. You understand? And that's why. So now we're going to correct it. And if we're not able to correct it, Christ certainly will.
Right.
He certainly will. Any more on that? Okay, so now the question is asked. How is it, Israel, that you are in your enemy's land? Now we're going to get into that. Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. We're going to get some answers for you because the Most High God provides all the answers we need.
That's
Everything
right.
we need to know about our past, our failures, our future, and our success is in this Bible. But only the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General YAHANNA, only we are allowed to understand and get the secrets out of this Bible.
That's right.
There are no other nation. The Bible tells you in the book of Daniel 12:8 and in Revelation 10:4 that the truth and the understanding, the true understanding of the Bible will not be revealed unto the last days, which we're in now, and that the truth would only be revealed to the men of Israel, the prophets of God.
That's
You understand? Read.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
If thou shalt hearken diligently, that means to hear and obey. Read.
To the voice of the Lord thy God.
To the voice of the Lord thy God. Hearken obediently and listen to what he tells you. Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do all his commandments, not some, not just tithes, but all his commandments. Read.
Which I command thee this day.
Which he commanded that day. Read.
That the Lord thy God would read. Will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Read it again, that last part.
Will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
He would set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. So let me break it down to you in layman terms. That means that you would be the head nation, the rulers of the planet Earth.
That's right.
This is the Most High telling Israel, you black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, so-called. That's what he told you when he gave you these laws. You understand? But there's a catch. So for the next 14 verses, he breaks down all the blessings that will come upon you. But when we get to verse 15, check it out. Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
If you don't listen and obey, if you don't hearken unto the Most High God and don't do his commandments, read.
And his statutes.
And his statutes, read.
Which I command thee this day.
Which he commanded us that day, read.
That all these curses.
That all these curses. Now, it ain't a curse like MF or B. A curse in this context are punishments.
Right.
He promised all of these punishments would come upon us. And from this verse, 15 to 68, by the Lord himself, you understand, every word that he pronounced on punishment against us, we've suffered.
Right.
There's not one that he pronounced on us as a punishment that we have not suffered. And we're going to prove it. Okay, we can't read all 68, but we can bring out a few. Any more on that? Read, finish it up.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
These punishments are going to come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right.
You understand? So now, give me Deuteronomy, go to verse 63, Bob Kashak. Understand? Because we're going to break down, time allowed as much as I possibly can so you can understand what happened to us and how we got here. You understand what I'm saying? That's the job that we have in I.S.U.P.K, the Commander General YAHANNA.
That's right.
We're going to do it, man. We're going to do it with the Spirit of the Lord. We're going to do it with vigor, man, with zeal. Everything we got. I'm going to give you everything I got out here today. All of these brothers is going to do the same thing.
Damn right.
Because we love our people. This is love right here.
Right.
Oh, slap. Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 63. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good.
Just like the Lord was happy to do good things for us, which he did in the past. Read.
And to multiply you. So the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you.
You understand? Just like he rejoiced to let you multiply into a great nation, he's going to be happy to punish you because you didn't listen.
Right.
Read.
And to bring you to naught.
And to bring you to naught means to bring you to nothing. To bring you a great people that the God himself, the Most High himself said is the greatest people on the earth. He's going to bring you to nothing. Read.
And ye shall be plucked from off.
He brought us to nothing. Read.
From off the land.
Read, start the part about the land.
Okay. And ye shall be plucked from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it.
So he gave us a land in the Middle East called Israel. And here he says one of the punishments was that we're going to get plucked off the land, taken off the land, which has happened to us. So when the question is asked in Baruch, how happeneth Israel that you are in your enemy's land? You understand, is because you disobeyed God.
Right.
You disobeyed God, and every punishment, every curse that God pronounced for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, so-called, we have suffered them. That's the proof. Give me, that's it on that? Give me Deuteronomy, you understand? No. Give me Revelations 1. No, give me verse 68. Verse 68 in Deuteronomy. This is the Atlantic slave trade in the Bible, foretold to happen to us 3,000 years ago. This is the slave trade that brought so-called blacks and West Indians and Haitians from the continent of Africa, where we fled from in 70 AD into Africa. This is the slavery that we went through that was pronounced as a punishment upon us by God himself.
Right.
Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Lord shall bring thee again into Egypt again with ships. Egypt is a Greek word that means house of bondage. Meaning the Most High God is saying here that one of your punishments is that you are going into slavery on cargo slave ships.
Right.
You would go into Egypt again, captivity again, by cargo slave ships. That's you. That's you. No other nation suffered it. And let me tell you something else. Before you so-called Negroes and West Indians, before you were taken into slavery, the Native Indians and the so-called people that they call today Hispanics, they were taken into slavery into Brazil, into the Caribbean,
That's
into
right.
Spain, and into England before they brought any of the so-called African Americans over here.
That's
so
right.
Don't think for a minute that you can separate us from our brothers.
That's right.
You understand? Because it's impossible. You understand? Now, give me Revelation 1 and 13. We're going to show you that Christ, everybody in here, everybody in America, oh, I love God, I love Christ, oh my Jesus, I love Jesus. I love Jesus. Where you at? Where you at? Baba Kasha. Somebody give me Caesar Borgia right there. Give me Caesar Borgia, Baba Kasha. Give me Caesar Borgia. And then they showed you this. Oh, we love Jesus. Oh, Jesus is the best. Jesus is my God. Oh, Lord Jesus. Help me, Jesus. You understand? But we're going to show you, just like we proved to you that Jews are black people. Jew, the word Jew comes from the word Judah. And we proved that Judah are black people.
Right.
Meaning different shades of brown. You understand? And they gave you this, puta, maricon.
Right.
That's him. You understand? That's who they gave you for the image of God. But we're going to show you the true image of Christ according to the Bible.
That's right.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
In the midst of 7 candlesticks. So, okay, 7 candlesticks, you understand, they indicate light. And these are the 7 schools that Paul built. Those are the 7 candlesticks that enabled the truth to be permeated throughout the earth, and it helped to maintain and to keep the scriptures in circulation. Because the Greeks and the Romans was doing everything, and the other heathen were doing everything in their power to destroy the scriptures.
Right.
You understand? But they're still here. Read.
One like unto the Son of Man.
One like unto the Son of Man. The Son of Man. Read.
Cloth with a garment down to the foot.
So he had on a garment down to the foot. Only thing you could see was his feet on his body, right? So he had a garment down to, he had on clothes, he had a garment, a long garment down to his feet. Read.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had a golden war belt, a golden, what we call a girdle today. He had a golden war belt made of the finest gold of U.P.K. You understand? Read.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head and his hair was white like wool.
Right.
White being the color of the hair on his head and his face, and wool being the texture. wool being the texture. You understand? So his hair was white and woolly and kinky. You understand, like these brothers right here.
That's right.
Most of them got on hair cover, but if they take off their hair cover, you'll see that kinky hair.
That's
you
right.
understand? Because we are relatives to Christ.
Right.
We are Christ's nation right here. A nation is an extended family. Read on.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were as a flame of fire. He was a serious brother. He was a serious brother, and he drank a little wine.
That's right.
And his eyes being red is showing anger.
That's right.
Because when he come back, he's not coming back for skittles and kisses, man. He's coming back to burn the wicked of the earth.
That's right.
And to set the earth in righteous order. That's why he's coming back, and to save his people.
Good.
You understand? Christ is to save his people, like the scripture said.
That's right.
And his people is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's
so
right.
now, oh, he got woolly hair. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Read.
Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. So picture brass in your mind. It's a metal, and it has a shiny, smooth texture. You understand? So his feet like unto fine brass. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burnt in a furnace. Now I'm gonna tell you this real quick. In the whole Middle East, you understand, they had a culture of making brass figurines and figures and masks out of brass and burning it in the furnace because it would give it the color of the people, which was very dark brown.
Right.
You understand? So Christ is what we call today a black man.
That's right.
Give me this is my last one, Deuteronomy 28 and 32. 28 and 32. Because you, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, are the true Israelites, God's chosen people. And one day, all of these nations that's walking around looking down upon you and thinking that you're less than the rest, is going to rule the day that they even barked at you, that they let their dog bark at you. They're going to rule that day. Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now, this happened more recently. Well, it's still happening unto this day, but the Hispanic tribes and the Native Indians suffered this. They sent their children. I just want to make sure, because some people try to say that the Hispanic tribes are not legit. But we know better. You understand that they are. And that they are brothers nonetheless. You understand, in any other tribe. You understand? So their children was taken and put into schools, American schools. They stripped them of their culture, they stripped them of their names, and he went in there, warrior horse, and he came out there boo-boo or something. Right. He came out there with a little poop butt name that they gave him, and he was born with warrior blood.
Right.
You understand? But they made him into a soft man, and it destroyed his spirit. You understand? And that's what happened to our people. Finish it up.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
You understand? When they took our children from us in slavery, you understand? When they conquered the Hispanics and when they conquered the Native Indians, they did the same thing. They took the children and brainwashed the children. In slavery, they sold the children to different plantations. You understand? In conquering the Native Indians and the so-called Hispanics, they sent your children to Americanization schools. You understand? To wipe out the memory of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So in closing, you understand, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you have a very great future to look forward to. But only if you come into the I.S.U.P.K. and obey the Most High God under Commandant General YAHANNA and be prepared upon the return of Christ.
Praises to the Most High. I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated, and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power, rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim, homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment, something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long that it ain't a secret. That's why I die for
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're